Let's move on to Redskins Packers. Let me pull out the best odds page in the business at sportsbookreview.com, the SBR odds page. Redskins Packers. Packers open up at -14. Now they're -13. There's a 12 at Heritage, a 12.5, 5 dimes. Total opened up at 42.5. Now we have 42s and 41.5. 39 Fahrenheit in Green Bay. Cloudy, 9 miles per hour. These Packers are 5-1 at home. Green Bay is not that impressive. Their defense has been good. Their defense is the reason why they're winning games. The Packers are 22nd in total offense. The Redskins are dead last in total offense, but they are getting better. Haskins is a talented guy. The questions about his dedication will be running rampant after taking selfies instead of being in the victory formation. Will the Redskins show up? Do the Redskins care? The Redskins are bad, but Haskins is getting better. This is a lot of points. Packers have no reason to cover this big spread. And the Packers offense, I mean, sure, they look good against the Giants. Will they look good against the Redskins? Donnie Rightside, take it away. Redskins, Packers.
I think it has the same sentiment last week when you're taking a look at that Carolina Panthers-Washington Redskins game. You look at the Washington Redskins on offense and say, well, they stink. And it said, well, wait a second. They're getting 10 points from a Carolina Panthers team. Now, Green Bay is obviously a better football team to me than the Carolina Panthers, but that same sentiment rolls in where you're getting close to 2 touchdowns. And the one thing that the Washington Redskins want to do to protect their young quarterback is run the football, which they did amazing last week. And now when you take a look at Green Bay giving up 4.7 yards per carry on the season, that's sort of their pathway to sort of stay in this football game. But I hasten to say, taking a look at Dwayne Haskins, in order to win football games and go on the road, normally your quarterback has to play well. Redskins, again, last week, through the air, Jimmy, 114 yards. You can't really hold up and get 8.3 yards per carry every single football game as they did last week in beating the Carolina Panthers and costing Ron Rivera eventually his job. But looking at this game over, I can't back Green Bay in this situation, laying 2 touchdowns. Do I think they have the capability of winning by 2 touchdowns? Absolutely, I think they do. Getting healthier as the season goes on, always tough to win and move on in Lambeau. You got a victory on the road last week for the Redskins. Are they playing a little bit better? Sure they are. But this one of those games, Jimmy, I might want to take a step back and say, boy, unless I see some different movement here, if this line gets back to 14 as a total, maybe I'm interested in taking the Washington Redskins. Don't have a great feel for this football game. Do I think it's a fair price line? I think it's still a little bit high and would lean towards the Redskins, but I can't back a quarterback that can't throw for over 150 yards.
Makes sense. Tommy Wager says, I'll take Washington to cover. Nick O says, too many points. Packers can't stop the run. Redskins more confident after beating the Panthers. Adam Olin on the other side saying Packers will take a similar approach as they did against the Giants. Jump on the Skins early. Force Haskins to make mistakes. Pack by 20. Says Adam Olin. Whale Capper, Redskins, Packers.
Yeah, well, when you see what the kind of effort that we got from the Redskins 2 weeks in a row, and then you look at that many points, it's very tempting to get on board with the Redskins. But I'll tell you what, one thing you learn the longer you do this is you do not get rich by fading the Packers in Lambeau in December. This is a rough trip for a young quarterback. I do not expect in any way, shape, or form you see the level of competitiveness that we saw out of the Redskins in the last couple of weeks. And it's just a matter really of, if there's garbage time points, whether they get the cover or not here. I think that Packers can get out to an early lead, win this one wire to wire. But I think the line is fair. And if anything, I would lean on an under in case this just gets away from the Redskins and they pack it in and call it a day.
Lean on an under. Interesting. That under opening up at 42.5. Still at 42.5 at Pinnacle. Bookmaker, 5 dimes have dropped. And Bet365 have dropped it to 41.5. Sean Mick says no value on this Packers Foreskins game. Packers win, but could be 1, could be 21. Who knows? A pass for Sean Mick.